this tutorial, we're going to review how to print from Microsoft Word and how to control some of the available options that are available to you. So the very first thing you're going to do is you have your document. Right now you can see that it just takes up one page. I'll add to that in a minute so that you can see how to work with multiple pages. So to do that, I'm just going to copy all this, go down and hit paste. Now you can see that we're on 2 pages. I'm going to come in here and there you go, add another one. So now you can see we're at 3 pages. Doesn't really matter what the content is. I'm just going to be showing you how to use the print in principle. So to print, there's a few different ways you can do it. You can go up to the file menu and click here and then go down to the print option. If you're using an older version of Word, don't worry, the principles are all the same. This is going on Microsoft Word 2013, but if you have 2010 or 2007, the majority of all the features are still identical, even if the layout's a little bit different. So click on print, and it'll bring up the print dialog box, and with that, this is where you can select basic items like the number of copies. You can also select printers if you have a list of different printers. Like I'm on a network right now, so I could select a few different printers and print to those. Then I can also control the pages that are printed. So right here under settings it says print all pages, but if I only wanted to print the current page I'm on, I'd select that. Or I could select a custom print, so I could do a range. So if I only wanted to print pages 2 through 3, I'd select it just like that. And now it's only going to print pages 2 through 3. So, but for right now I am going to do print all pages, and it wipes that out. You can select to print one-sided, collated. If you're printing out multiple copies and you have more than one page, I would definitely suggest to make sure that it's collated, or else what's going to happen is you're going to print out, say you print out 5 copies and you have 3 pages, it's going to print 5 copies of page 1, 5 copies of page 2, then 5 copies of page 3, and then you're going to have to collate it by hand, which is not fun. So I always suggest to do that. Portrait versus landscape orientation, what that does is it changes it from horizontal to vertical. If you wanted to do a vertical, you can see how the entire layout changes. And sometimes this will work seamlessly like this. There are other times though where this will actually break what the document looks like. So if you have a lot of word art and or images, video, anything like that, what you'll see is it may not adjust the way you would like, and then you'll have to go and make the changes in the document itself. I rarely suggest for people to switch portrait to landscape in this dialog box. If you want to print something landscape, I suggest actually change it with the layout options in the document, and we do have a tutorial that shows you how to do that. This is where you also would select the size. So by default it goes with letter. If you're wanting to use legal, click on legal, and now you can see the entire size of the document's changed, and you can fit a lot more text on that one page. Here you can also select margins. So by default it's the normal 1 inch all the way around. If you want to fit more content on the page, you can select narrow, and as you can see, you can now fit a lot more content on a single page, and it makes the changes on each of the other pages. So I usually, unless it's the formatting has been specified differently, I do usually use narrow margins just because you can fit a lot more content on that page. If you're printing out a book or a newsletter, you may actually want to do a mirrored print. So you can click on that, and it will actually, it's harder to see, but it actually changes the margin so that this inside is 1.25 or 1 1/4 inches compared to just 1 or 1/2 inch. So this is how you use the margins. And then you can also do things like print 1 page per sheet, or you could print 2 pages per sheet, or even 4. So if you select that option, it'll kind of quadruple up how many pages print. It won't show it here in the print dialog box, but that's a way that you can do it. I personally have never had a time I've actually ever done that in my life, but it's there in case you need it. So that's how to print using the print dialog box in Word. And if you have any questions about that, please feel free to let me know.